Why do some people work their entire lives and still end up broke, while others seem to effortlessly build wealth? I'm about to tell you something that nobody wants to hear, but you need to hear it. It's not your job. It's not the economy. It's not bad luck. It's your habits. The small decisions you make every single day are either building your wealth or destroying it. And chances are, you're doing at least 3 of the 5 things I'm about to reveal. Look, I'm not here to sugarcoat this. If you want to stay comfortable in your excuses, click away right now. But if you're ready to face the brutal truth about what's keeping you poor and actually fix it, then keep watching. Because in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to expose the 5 habits that are quietly draining your bank account and your future. And more importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to break them. Welcome to Wealth Motive. Let's get real about money. Hit that subscribe button because this might be the wake-up call that changes your financial life forever. Habit number 1. Buying liabilities thinking they're assets. You're buying liabilities and calling them assets. Let me break this down, because this is where most people completely destroy their finances without even realizing it. You get that tax refund, that bonus, that raise at work, and what do? You upgrade your car. You move to a nicer apartment. You buy the latest iPhone. You're thinking, I'm treating myself. I deserve this. But here's the cold, hard truth. You just bought yourself a financial prison. An asset puts money in your pocket every month. A liability takes money out of your pocket every month. That brand new car? Liability. Loses 20% of its value the second you drive it off the lot, plus insurance, gas, maintenance, payments. That's money leaving your account. That expensive apartment in the trendy neighborhood. Liability. Higher rent, higher utilities, more pressure to keep up appearances with your neighbors. Here's what wealthy people do differently. When they get extra money, they buy things that generate income. Real estate that produces rental income. Index funds that pay dividends. Skills and education that increase their earning power. Businesses that create cash flow. Warren Buffett still lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. Not because he can't afford better. Because he understands that real wealth isn't about looking rich. It's about being rich. So look at your last 3 major purchases. Did they put money in your pocket or take it out? Be honest, because this one habit alone could be costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. The fix? Simple, but not easy. Before any purchase over $500, ask yourself, is this an asset or a liability? Will this make me money or cost me money? If it's a liability, you need a really good reason to buy it. Not I want it, not I deserve it. A reason that acknowledges you're choosing instant gratification over financial freedom. Habit number 2. You're living paycheck to paycheck, and it's not because you don't make enough. It's because you spend everything you make. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but I need to spend everything just to survive. And for some people, that's genuinely true. But for most, that's a comfortable lie. Here's a fact that should terrify you. 63% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. But here's what's crazy. This includes people making 6 figures. I've seen people making $200,000 a year who are broke by the end of every month. Why? Because your expenses will always rise to match your income unless you consciously stop them. You get a raise. You increase your lifestyle. New salary, new spending habits. It's called lifestyle creep, and it's a silent wealth killer. Think about it. You're making more money than you did 5 years ago, right? So where is it? If you can't answer that question, you have a spending problem. There's a reason why 70% of lottery winners go broke within a few years. It's not the amount of money you make. It's your relationship with money that determines whether you build wealth or stay broke. I know people making $50,000 who are building real wealth because they save 20% of their income. And I know people making $150,000 who are drowning in debt because they spend 110% of what they make. Here's what changed everything for me. I started paying myself first, not last, not with whatever's left over. Because guess what? There's never anything left over. The moment your paycheck hits, 20% goes straight to savings and investments. Automate it. Make it impossible to spend. Then live off the rest. Can't afford to save 20%? Start with 10%. Can't do 10%? Start with 5%. The amount doesn't matter as much as the habit. Because here's the truth. If you can't save when you're making $40,000, you won't save when you're making $100,000. The problem isn't your income, it's your habits. And I'm going to tell you something tough. If you're not saving at least 10% of your income right now, you're choosing to stay poor. That's harsh, but it's true. Habit number 3. Avoiding financial education. Habit number 3. You're avoiding financial education like it's poison. I'm not good with money. Math isn't my thing. Finance is too complicated. I'll figure it out later. Stop. Just stop. You know what those statements really mean? I'm choosing to stay financially ignorant, and I'm surprised I'm broke. You'll spend 3 hours binge watching Netflix, 2 hours scrolling social media, an hour arguing with strangers on the internet, but you won't spend 20 minutes learning about compound interest, about tax-advantaged accounts, about how credit scores actually work. That's not a time problem. That's a priority problem. Here's a statistic that should shake you. Americans spend an average of 2 hours and 54 minutes on their phones every day. That's over 1,000 hours a year. If you spent just 1 of those hours per day learning about money, you'd consume over 50 financial books per year. In 5 years, you'd know more about wealth building than 99% of the population. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's business partner, said something powerful. I constantly see people rise in life who are not the smartest, sometimes not even the most diligent, but they are learning machines. They go to bed every night a little wiser than they were when they got up. Your financial ignorance is costing you thousands every single year. In bad investments, in high interest rates, in missed opportunities, in stupid tax mistakes, in fees you don't even know you're paying. Here's your challenge. 15 minutes a day. That's it. 1 podcast episode during your commute, 1 YouTube video during lunch, 1 chapter of a financial book before bed. Topics to master: compound interest, budgeting, investing basics, tax strategies, credit management, income streams. In 90 days of doing this, you'll know more about money than your parents probably taught you in 18 years. Not because they didn't care, but because they probably didn't know either. Break the cycle. Financial education isn't optional if you want to build wealth. It's the foundation of everything. Habit number 4. Keeping up with people who are broke. Habit number 4. You're trying to keep up with people who are just as broke as you are, or worse. Your friend gets a new car, so you need a new car. Your coworker is going on vacation to Bali, so you book a trip you can't afford. Your neighbor renovates their kitchen, and suddenly yours looks outdated. But here's what you don't see. That friend financing that car at 18% interest, That coworker put the entire trip on credit cards. That neighbor just took out a home equity loan they'll be paying off for the next 15 years. You're competing in a race to look rich with people who are going backwards financially. And the trophy is debt, stress, and a lifetime of financial struggle. Social media has made this 100 times worse. Everyone's posting their highlight reel, the new purchase, the exotic vacation, the designer bag. Nobody's posting their credit card statements, their collection notices, or their panic attacks about money. You're surrounding yourself with people who have the appearance of wealth, but none of the reality. And their broke habits are becoming your broke habits. Jim Rohn famously said, "You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Look at your 5 closest friends. What are their spending habits, their savings habits, their financial goals? If everyone in your circle is broke, guess what? You're going to stay broke. Not because they're bad people, but because broke thinking is contagious. Stop competing. Stop comparing. Stop trying to impress people who don't care about your financial future. Here's a radical idea. Surround yourself with people who are where you want to be financially. Join investment groups. Follow wealthy mentors. Consume content from people who've actually built wealth. And when your friends pressure you to spend money you don't have on things you don't need, practice this phrase: "I'm focused on building wealth right now." Real friends will respect that. Fake friends will call you cheap. And that's how you know who to keep in your life. Stop trying to look rich and start trying to be rich. Those are 2 completely different games with completely different outcomes. Habit number 5, expecting someone else to save you. And finally, habit number 5, the most dangerous one. You're waiting for someone else to save you. Maybe it's the lottery. Maybe it's an inheritance. Maybe it's that business idea you'll start someday. Maybe it's the government, your parents, your future spouse. Let me be brutally honest with you. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your job, not the economy getting better, not some magical windfall. Your financial future is 100% your responsibility. And I know that's scary. It's way more comfortable to blame external circumstances, the system, the economy, your upbringing, your education. But here's the empowering truth. If it's your responsibility, that means you have the power to change it. Every self-made millionaire I study has this one thing in common. They took complete ownership of their financial life. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for perfect circumstances. They didn't wait for someone to hand them the blueprint. They educated themselves. They made sacrifices. They took risks. They failed, learned, and tried again. So what are you waiting for? Seriously. What are you waiting for? The right time doesn't exist. You'll never feel ready. There will always be an excuse. Here's what taking responsibility looks like. Stop waiting for a raise and start building a side income. Stop waiting to have more money before you invest. Invest what you have now, even if it's $50. Stop waiting for someone to teach you. Teach yourself. Stop waiting for motivation. Build discipline. Your financial situation 1 year from now will be a direct result of the decisions you make today, not tomorrow, not next month, today. Are you going to keep these 5 habits and stay broke, or are you going to break them and start building wealth? Because here's the beautiful and terrifying truth. You have the power to change everything starting right now, but only if you accept that it's on you. Look, I didn't make this video to make you feel bad. I made it to wake you up. These 5 habits, buying liabilities, living paycheck to paycheck, avoiding financial education, keeping up with broke people, and waiting for someone to save you, they're keeping millions of people trapped in financial mediocrity. But you're not trapped. You just needed someone to show you the cage. So here's my challenge. Pick one habit, just one, and commit to breaking it this week, not next month, this week. Comment below and tell me which habit you're breaking first. Hold yourself accountable. This community has your back. And if this video hit you in the gut, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Hit that like button. Subscribe to Wealth Motive because we're just getting started. Remember, your bank account is a reflection of your habits. Change the habits. Change your life. I'll see you in the next one. Stay motivated. Stay wealthy. Let's get it.